has all led us here to this great city of Baltimore.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Baltimore, Maryland, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, we are!
If there's anybody that's a big star in Baltimore, it's you. In Baltimore, whether you like it or not, you better learn to live with it, because I'm the best there is.
This tonight is Championship Wrestling returns to Baltimore at the Baltimore Civic Center tonight.
And I have picked Baltimore out to be the place where this war is going to come to an end, because they got a lot of nice, fine hospitals there.
You know it, I know it, and Baltimore is.
It's the night of champions in Baltimore, Maryland at the Civic Center.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestle-Rama, where today we're taking a look back. We're going back to May 12th, 1979, when the WWF was at the Baltimore Civic Center for Bob Backlund defending the WWF title versus Greg the Hammer Valentine. Before we get into the program, and we're also going to have the actual match results for you, want to remind you, check us out online, WrestleRama.com. You can find us all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Find us at WrestleRama. If you're watching this on YouTube, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We've got a ton of stuff like this coming up in video format. You can also check out the channel for older videos that we did, or other videos that we did with wrestling programs. And a quick little participation here. This is May 12th, 1979. Give the video a comment if you were born when this show took place. You don't have to tell me what year or what month. Just give us a yes if you were born when this show took place. So WWF at the Baltimore Civic Center, May 12th, 1979. Let's take a look all over the program. Sanctioned and supervised by Maryland State Athletic Commission with approval of World Wrestling Federation. So some of our older programs that we've done, it was still the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Chairman D. Chester O'Sullivan. Figure 4 expert to test world champ. Backlund Valentine battle for the belt. And I believe, without going back and looking at the records or the programs I have, I believe Backlund and Valentine in 1979, I believe they wrestled at the Civic Center 3 times in that year. And I know they brought it back in 82 when Valentine returned. And I also know, I believe in 79, Backlund defended I want to say 3 times against Pat Patterson. Or am I getting Patterson and Valentine mixed up because they're both blondes? I don't know. But I know one of them, I want to say he main evented with Valentine at least twice, Patterson at least 3 times in 1979. We'll have to look up those records. All right, so figure 4 expert to test world champ Backlund Valentine battle for the belt. There's a little write-up on the match. And you can also see that the box office at the Civic Center is open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And don't forget to watch wrestling each Saturday afternoon, 4 to 5 p.m. on 45 WBFF. As I always say, this was before 45 was a Fox affiliate. This was before Fox was an affiliate. But I'll tell you what, you couldn't pull me away from the TV Saturdays at 4 o'clock when wrestling came on. It was unbelievable how addicted I was to that 1-hour program. And that's all we got, 1 hour. If you had a good TV, you could watch Channel 20 out of D.C. and get their WWF show. But this was before cable. This was before Georgia came on TV in Baltimore. So that 1 hour of WWF is all we got each week. And my little youthful life revolved around that 1 hour of wrestling. So let's get into the program. This is a little colorful program. Usually they're in white or brown looking paper. But this is a yellow. So Johnny and Jerry Valiant to defend the tag team title. Handsome Jimmy in single competition with DiBiase. That's not Ted DiBiase, that's Dominic Dinucci. So there is the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, 1979. There's a write-up for that. And then we go down here. One-man Riot Squad to meet Super Pole, Bulldog Brower, and Ivan Putski to slug it out. That's Ivan Putski. He may have been seeing Dr. Sahorian in 1979. He may have been. Action, you'd better believe it. That's Ken Patera. And that's Ivan Putski. Speaking of Patera and our podcast, you can check out The Life and Crimes of. We talk about when Ken Patera and Mr. Saito were arrested. So check that out online, WrestleRama.com. And here's a brief write-up on Putski and Bulldog Brower. Over here is the lineup for the evening. And we'll go over the matches, bottom to the top. Look, Zacco signs midget match to delight fans, young and old. And it was, when they did the midget matches, or little people, as you have to say nowadays, it was just pure comedy. It wasn't wrestling. They bit the referee's butt, would trip the referee, pulled pranks on the referee. It was really 5 to 8 minutes of jokes and laughing. Let the crowd laugh for a little bit. So here's a write-up on the midgets. Little Tokyo, one of the world's most popular midget mat stars. Joining him will be Butch Cassidy. It's scheduled for 2 out of 3 falls. Dear Lord. Tickets for the next card available during intermission. To ensure yourself the same seat for each action-packed card of professional wrestling at the beautiful Baltimore Civic Center, you may purchase tickets for the next show during intermission at the Nino Ticket Agency. And you can also order your tickets by mail. Tickets were $3, $4, and $5. You can call 301-685-6231, Nino Ticket Agency. And a quick little mention about tickets available for the next card during intermission. They would always do like a hot angle. Well, not always, but a lot of times they would do a hot angle. Let's just use this match. Ivan Putski versus Bulldog Brower. I'm just pulling that match since first thing I saw. Let's say Bulldog Brower and Ivan Putski went to like a wild double count out or double disqualification, and they were beating each other's butts all the way down the aisle back to the locker room. Really have the fans fired up. So then they would have another match, then they would do intermission. Just before they announced intermission, they would announce maybe a wrestler or two that will be on the next show, maybe a match or two that will be on the next show. And then they would always save it for last. And just signed by promoter Phil Zacco in a return bout. This time with no time limit, no disqualification. Bulldog Brower versus Ivan Putski. And the special referee is Andre the Giant. tickets are on sale now. And that would hype the hell out of everybody who would literally run to the box office during intermission to buy tickets for the next month. It was amazing how they did it to us every month, but they did it. And usually coming out of intermission, either this midget match would have probably been after intermission, or like if they did a ladies match, that would be after intermission. It was called the popcorn match. It would allow people to still be buying their tickets or buying their popcorn, using the bathrooms. It would allow them time to do what they were doing without missing something good. So they would throw the midget match out there after intermission, or ladies match, or a match that really didn't mean a lot. All right, so let's get to the show. Saturday, May 12th, Baltimore Civic Center. First match starts at 8:30, and as always, the matches are subject to change. So I'm going to leave this up. Oh, El Santo. I wonder if that was the El Santo. And look, that's pretty interesting. Nikolai Volkov from Baltimore, Maryland, right? Hussein Arab, who was the Iron Sheik. Johnny Rods. All right, so let's go over the results. These matches didn't appear in the order they were in the program. Nikolai Volkov defeated Johnny Rivera. This says Victor. The results say Johnny. In 9 minutes, 4 seconds. Tito Santana defeated Johnny Rod. So El Santo was replaced by Tito Santana. And remember, preliminary matches are subject to change. Cowboy Lang and Tiny Thumb defeated Little Tokyo and Butch Cassidy in the best 2 out of 3 falls match in 14 minutes and 4 seconds. I can't imagine watching that. Okay, so here's what they did. I was just telling you about getting tickets at intermission. They will hype you up to get tickets at intermission. This is what they did for this show. The match before intermission was the world title match. And listen to this. I didn't even read these results before going into that about the hyping the people up at intermission to buy tickets. WWF World Champion Bob Backlund fought Greg Valentine to a no contest at the 25-minute mark for outside interference on behalf of both men. So, a no contest, 25 minutes. They then, I'm positive, they went to intermission after that. But I guarantee you, or maybe they did this next match. Okay, Hussein Arab, who was the Iron Sheik, defeated S.D. Jones. I'm not sure if that was before or after intermission. That sounds like maybe it was after intermission. So, Valentine and Backlund went on before intermission. No contest at the 25-minute mark. And guess what they came back with the following show? Bob Backlund versus Greg Valentine with special guest referee Gorilla Monsoon. I just happened to have the results here to read this show to you. And when I saw they did Backlund and Valentine early, I knew right away that they were doing that to hype up the next show. So yeah, Backlund defeated Valentine with a small package. Gorilla Monsoon was the guest referee. So that was the show after this one. They hit you with the intermission okie doke to buy the tickets. Oh, by the way, so listen to this. This is interesting too. So the attendance for this show, May 12th, was 7,200 people. The attendance for the following show, which really doesn't look, I'm just looking at it real quick. It doesn't have anything outstanding. It doesn't have like Andre or, a young Hulk Hogan or anything like that. It just has that return match of Backlund versus Valentine with Gorilla Monsoon referee. 1,000 more tickets were sold for that show. So 7,200 in May, 8,200 for the rematch. Pretty interesting. All right, so Valentine, Backlund went to a no contest, 25 minutes. We then went to intermission. We came back with Hussein Arab defeating S.D. Jones in 6 minutes 19 seconds. We then got North American champion Ted DiBiase defeating Jimmy Valiant via disqualification at 13 minutes 28 seconds when Valiant became physical with the referee. And just real quick, I'm going to look at the following month to see what they did. Okay, so the following show they did Jimmy Valiant and Ivan Putski. All right, I was looking to see if they did a rematch with DiBiase. All right, DiBiase defeats Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant by disqualification in 13 minutes. We then got WWF Tag Team Champions Johnny and Jerry Valiant defeated Steve Travis and Dominic Dinucci in 13 minutes 28 seconds. Steve Travis was a really good wrestler, just never got a break. He wrestled down south. He came back to the WWF in 82. Had a really good underneath tag team with Quick Draw Rick McGraw, the Carolina Connection. Travis was good-looking guy, good build, just didn't get a break. And then we closed out the show with Ivan Putski and Bulldog Brower going to a double count. No, Putski defeated Brower via countout at the 8-minute mark when Brower left ringside. Let's see what they did the following show. Okay, so Jimmy Valiant, the following show, went against Ivan Putski. Did Bulldog Brower. I don't see Bulldog Brower on the following month's show. So really, there was no reason why Putski couldn't have defeated Brower. That makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. I don't get it. 8-minute countout for your main event. Thank you for coming, folks. But again, the little rematch, Backlund and Valentine, attendance went from 7,200 for this show to 8,200 for the following show. Pretty impressive. And then listen to this. I know we're jumping around. We'll look at the back of this program in a minute. So May of 79, they drew 7,200. July of 79, they drew 8,200. August of 79, they drew 11,000 people. But it looks like, oh, that show was loaded. Bruno was on the show. Andre the Giant was on the show. They had a women's match with Fabulous Moolah. Oh, so yeah, that show was loaded. Andre, Bruno, ladies match. Let me see if I got any other attendance. They closed out the year, December of 79, with another $11,000 house. That was Backlund and Patterson in the main event. And I was talking earlier about Backlund. So it was Pat Patterson. I was talking earlier about Backlund main eventing 3 times against the same guy. Yeah, it was Patterson. September, November, and then December. Backlund main evented with Pat Patterson. All right, let's get back to this show. My adult ADHD is kicking in. We looked at the midgets. We looked at the ticket. Let's look at the back. This is an editorial. Hey, the High Chief, Peter Maivia. The Rock's grandfather, right? Spyro Arian. Editorial from arm drags to clenched fist. I'll kind of let you take a screenshot if you want to read all that. That's a long write-up. David Lopatin. Let you do a little screenshot. Then let's get to the mailing portion. This is always neat. So this was mailed to you. You get it in the mail every month. Baltimore Civic Center. Value, time, matter. And this, let me show you, this is how it came to you in the mail. That would be in your mailbox. Pretty cool, huh? And let's take one last look at the front. Backlund and Valentine, May 1979. Hope you enjoyed this look back. Again, want to remind you to check us out online, Rasselrama.com. All of our social media outlets is Rasselrama. You can also listen to our podcast on our website. We go over the life and times of wrestlers, the life and crimes of wrestlers. And we do look-backs like this. We may look at old wrestling shows, old territory TV shows, or just old happenings that take place. If you have any suggestions what you want us to cover, send us an email, rasselrama@gmail.com. And until next time, guys, take care and see ya.